is talking about.
What's up, family? U.S. rappers are going to be taking their international steps a little bit more cautiously after what recently happened to A$AP Rocky in Sweden and now Future at Ibiza Airport in Spain. Future explained it like this. He says that he was at the airport with his bodyguard and he was approached by 10 guys. These guys were overzealous fans. One of them invited him to his crouch. He said that some words were exchanged. The dudes were being very disrespectful. And next thing you know, he's walking off and one of the dudes sucker punches his bodyguard with a rock, knocks him out cold. Now I saw the video and I was like, there had to be something in his hand. I didn't see the rock, but the way he hit him, I was like, it seems like he had something in his hand. And sure enough, it was reported that he had a rock in his hand. Now, let's unpack this thing. I am a fan of bodyguards, but I'm not a huge fan of bodyguards because two of the biggest rappers that we've had the pleasure of being graced with their talents had bodyguards with them on the nights of their murder, Biggie and Pac. So, bodyguards, in my opinion, are mainly in place to intimidate. When stuff really go down, oftentimes bodyguards are out of pocket and they really can't protect you. A lot of these guys who are bodyguards, they're not even trained in being bodyguards. They're just your homies and they got some size on them. They say, okay, you're the bodyguard, you're a security guy. I'm not really a fan of those type of security guys. I believe in, if you're gonna have bodyguards, they need to be armed and dangerous, and they need to be licensed. That's the way I think, because they need to be able to do what they gotta do and be in the right when they're protecting you and themselves. That bodyguard should have been in a position to where he not only had Future covered, but he was also covering himself. And those guys were very, very aggressive. He should have had been in a position to draw his weapon. Now, I'm not sure what their rules are at that particular airport. Maybe they have some type of rules about weapons, but even besides that, the dude had a hoodie on. I don't wear hoodies when I don't feel comfortable. I mean, I don't put a hoodie over my head when I'm not comfortable, because I got to be able to see. I gotta have that. See, he limited his peripheral vision. You know, when you got that hoodie on, you know, it's like having blinders on. I would have had the hoodie down and put my back up against something, make sure that all of these guys that were in that crew were in front of me at all times. I would have never turned my back on them. That's mistake number one. Some of these dudes who are bodyguards, they're good at what they do until something really goes down. And this could have turned out a whole lot worse. They could have done something to a Future and taken him out, all the way out. So you got to be careful out there. Talking to the artists out there, they got to be real careful. And, you know, the dude actually hit Future's bodyguard and they all started celebrating like they actually accomplished something. I can see if the bodyguard was acting Billy Badass and he was starting it, you know, starting up something, but it didn't appear to me that they were instigating or fueling the fire. And I'll put a link in the description for y'all to check out the video yourselves. But it just didn't appear to me that the confrontation was being facilitated by Future and his bodyguard. It seemed like they ran across some bullies and they got tested. And Future's bodyguard caught the short end of the stick. If I'm a bodyguard, well, I ain't gonna tell you all that, but I will say this. All of those dudes that were involved, they all suckers, in my opinion. But I'm gonna leave you with this though. Anybody out there that's a bodyguard, you're thinking about being a bodyguard or whatever, I'll leave you with the words of any boxing referee. They give you these words right before you go into battle, right before that bell rings. Protect yourself at all times. No more talk.
What the haters talking about?